Hey, so I've been in Oxford over a month now. I've got myself a new camera and I'm going to remember to put the intro in this time. So there's quite a lot of freshers on this channel and all of them have made some sort of video about their life at Oxford so far. I have not done so yet, and the reason I have found it so hard to do so is because honestly I have not been having a wholly positive time. But the aim of this channel is to give an honest view of life at Oxford. And so this is my honest experience of Freshers Week. Freshers Week was fun. I had so many individual positive experiences and everyone I met was really, really lovely. But unfortunately, Freshers Week is a really crazy situation to be in, and I really didn't feel like I particularly bonded with the people around me at the time. I felt homesick and alone, and had a horrific case of imposter syndrome, where you feel like you got into Oxford by some accident and you don't actually deserve to be here. To top it all off, of course, I also had freshers' flu. This probably all wouldn't have been so bad if these feelings hadn't also started to creep into first week, and I started to wonder if I would actually ever start enjoying it here. See, I always thought I would enjoy freshers and first week. I am an extroverted person. I love my subject and I love this city, and it just made it so much worse when I found myself feeling not so good. It really didn't help either when one of my friends from sixth form who came to Oxford with me dropped out before matriculation, and I really started to feel that perhaps this just wasn't the place for me. I thought it would help if I moved rooms because my location in college wasn't ideal. And so when I started crying in the accommodation office in first week when I was told that there wasn't another suitable room for me to move into, I knew something was quite wrong and I should really try and start confronting my feelings and trying to do something about them. See, this is when I discovered the best thing about college life, and just life in general really, is that there is always someone to go to. I went to see our college chaplain, Wendy, and her little dog, Jonah, to have a nice little chat with some coffee about how I was feeling, and it just made me feel so much better.
Hi, so I'm Wendy, I'm the chaplain here at Wadham College, and this is Jonah, who helps an awful lot. Jonah is an 8-month-old cockapoo, and he is Wadham's welfare dog, or cat, as we sometimes call him, because we're not officially allowed dogs in college. But Jonah is very welcomed in college, and he is part of our really huge welfare team here. Because at Wadham we believe, and I think across Oxford really, that welfare is everybody's responsibility, and so we have a huge team of people that range from students called peer supporters who are trained in listening, to a whole dedicated SU welfare team. We have loads of liberation officers, so people who represent people of colour or people who are LGBTQIA. We have women's reps, we have a trans rep, and the idea is that, you know, whoever comes to Oxford and whatever they're struggling with, is they can really quickly find somebody who's then going to be able to point them in the direction of the kind of support they might need. And so sometimes people just need a cuddle with a puppy, or a walk with a puppy, or a cup of tea. So a huge amount of my role is making cups of tea and coffee quite often, and baking cakes and sort of making spaces where people can just come and talk and connect and be honest, sometimes about the tough stuff and the essay deadlines, but sometimes just kind of feeling a bit like you're sat on your sofa at home and you want a bit of breathing space. And then I guess beyond that, there's right around Oxford, there's some amazingly good professional people who are there to help with stuff that's kind of a puppy cuddle sadly won't fix. So we work really, really closely with the student counselling service, who we can refer students to, and they have all sorts of different things on offer there, from sort of support for people who can't work to support for people who have suffered some kind of trauma. We also work closely with the doctors, who are amazing and have seen everything under the sun, and really support students with, you know, mental as well as physical health. We also work closely with sort of organisations like Students' Minds and the ALSU campaigns, And really anything that gets brought to us, we will try and sort of find people who will connect and help. But it's brilliant. It's probably the best. I reckon I've got the best job in the world. And that's because I work with the best students. I was saying that looking at Rowan behind the camera. But I would say it to whoever. And so I think the most important message I would want to kind of give everybody or anybody is saying, you know, Oxford is amazing, it can be tough, but there are people to help, so don't forget to ask.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our chat really helped me to see that sometimes settling into a place can just be hard, and not everyone adjusts at the same pace. My freshers week and my first week were certainly not going to be reflective of my entire degree experience. For so long, I had idealised Oxford as this kind of fairy tale place. Part of me starting to enjoy it here, it has been accepting the fact that I'm not always going to enjoy every single minute here, and that is okay. So what is my life like now that I'm halfway through my first term at Oxford? Well, like everyone, I still have my not so good days. The work will seem too hard, and I will tell myself that this is because I am not good enough. On these days, I will feel overwhelmed with a sense of not belonging to this place, where nobody recognises the name of my hometown. On days like this, I will joke to myself that it's the college dog Jonah that's keeping me here. Or it's this view from my friend's room that's keeping me here. Or it's differential equations that are keeping me here. And I will keep listing these things until I realise that there are thousands of things that are keeping me here. And the next day is normally a pretty good day. My work will be interesting and it will be challenging. And I love my room. I'll be walking back from Tesco and I will look at my surroundings and will instead be overwhelmed with just how privileged I am to be in this situation. And maybe I will meet up with friends and we will go out. And at the end of the night, I will say to a friend, let's go home. And I will notice that I said home instead of college. And recently, I've been having so many more good days than anything else.